Hello student, let's try to understand the topic corrosion student. Corrosion may be defined as the chemical process of slow eating up of the surface of certain metals when kept in open for long time is called what corrosion. Quite often when we open the bonnet of the car after a long time we find a deposit around the terminals of the battery. This is because of the corrosion of the terminals. Black coating on the surface of silver and green layer on the surface of copper are the example of the corrosion only student. In case of iron, corrosion is called rusting. Rust is the chemical substance brown in color and is formed by the chemical action of moist air containing the CO2 and H2O on iron. It is basically an oxidation reaction and formula of rust is Fe2O3.XH2O. It is very slow in nature and once started keeping on occurring. So here is Fe plus 3O2, 3 by 2O2 dot XH2O. It is going to be hydrated ferric oxide Fe2O3 dot XH2O. This is called rust. Both corrosion and rusting are very harmful and cause damage to the building, railway track, automobiles and other object material where metal are used. We quite often hear that an old building has collapsed of its own, causing loss of both life and property. This is an example of rusting of iron, which is used in making the structures, particularly the roof. What do you know? There are some cases where corrosion play a useful role. We all know that the aluminum is placed higher in the reactivity series and is expected to quite reactive. It is combined with the oxygen present in the air to form its oxide called aluminum oxide on this, and this is case of corrosion. This metal oxide forms slowly get deposited on the surface of aluminum and from protective coating on the surface. This coating makes the metal passive to the attack by the water, air, acid and alkalis, etc. And a result of aluminum articles and containers are not corroded. Aluminum foil are commonly used for packing food preparation, cigarette, etc. Now let us try to understand for the rancidity. Oxidation has also a damaging effect on food and eatable. When food containing fat and oil is left as such for a long time, it is because stable. The stale food often develop bad taste and smell. This is very common in case of curd or the cheese, particularly summer. Actually, the oil and fat are slowly oxidized to certain bad smelling compound. These are the volatile nature and release foul smell. This is known as rancidity. It may be defined as the slow oxidation of oil and fats present in food material resulting in some bad smelling compound. What is a method to check the rancidity? Following measures can be adopted to prevent the slow down rancidity. Food materials are often packed in airtight container. Oxygen has no access to them and oxidation resulting in rancidity is prevented. These days, preference is given to vacuum packing. Refrigeration of food also slow down rancidity because the temperature inside refrigerator is very low and direct contact with air or oxygen is avoided. In bag containing potato chips and other stuff, the air is quite often replaced by nitrogen. Check their oxidation as well as rancidity. It is always advisable to place food material and cook food in placed away from the direct sunlight. This slow down the process of rancidity. Food industry has packed up very fast throughout the world and also in India. The manufacturers are adding certain substance called antioxidant to the food material as the name of suggested. Check their oxidation. When the antioxidants are added to food, the fat and the oil present in them do not get oxidized easily and thus do not get rancid. This measures that the role of antioxidant is to act as reducing agent. The two commonly used antioxidant BHA butylated hydroxyanisole, BHT butylated hydroxytoluene are used. Thank you very much for watching, student.